Yeah, so today is April the the 11th. Okay, I'm going to rush it. Today is April the 11th, and we are definitely talking about some things here. A very important topic is April the 11th. Today is Tuesday, April the 11th. And what I'm getting from the TUE is like truth and understanding, all right, that may be exposed in this conversation. And APR is just bringing attention to personal reincarnations. APR is what Divine Spirit is telling me right now. That's what I'm getting, okay? We're being actually commanded to do this, right? 11 is, of course, when Divine Spirit speaks to 11, it is a ascended master number. However, we are in the PM at this time. So a lot of positive movement is taking place and prayer meditation has taken place. A lot of people have been conflicted about this. And 11 is Divine Spirit saying that we're from a higher realm. We're only here in physical form to conclude our spiritual mission. And with that, I'll just move on to the information at hand. Now, what was your question? Mm-hmm.
My question is that, do you think, the people who decided to let go of that person, let go of that, that person, that bad person or whatever, do you think when they come back, do you think they don't have any romantic feelings towards anyone or, towards that specific person?
Well, you remember what we were talking about is very valid, and this is a valid topic. So what I solely believe is that we are here on a spiritual quest, all right? This quest is to spiritually evolve, right? And what that means is to let go of anything toxic, negative, low vibe energy that goes along with everything, to monitor, to monetizing, to greed, it's all in the numbers. If you read anything that has to do with anything spiritual, they're all the same, whether it's from the 10 Commandments or 12 steps of any type of programs. They are all tied in together and interwoven to a spiritual concept of spiritually evolving, okay? No matter how you look at it, right? And what I'm trying to say is, when you say romantically involved, that may not be what they will become. However, I do know a lot of people, have in this lifetime married their very enemy in the past lifetime, okay? They have also...
some people remarry that, their enemy.
Ooh, say that again?
Some people remarry their enemy and they don't even know it. They'll be like, oh yeah, you have, oh my gosh, I feel like I've met you before. You look so familiar.
Yeah, make sure you open, to be clear, because I want them to actually hear. So could you repeat that a little bit slower and a little bit clearer?
And when people, some people remarry their enemy and they don't even know it. They'll be like, oh, we're so familiar.
Yes.
We're so like, it sounds like we've met before.
Exactly. Now that was exactly what I was saying. Exactly. Now, what is so painful about that is the simple fact that we are here to spiritually elevate and spiritually evolve, and we're supposed to let go of anything negative, low vibration, toxicity, okay? At all costs, you know what I mean? They used to have this thing in the Bible or something like that, in the Bible, and they used to always talk about the rich person, right? Well, when the person they say is rich, it's going to be hard for them to leave their kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Because they have like all these riches here. So when they are called to spiritually evolve, they're like, wait a minute now, I got my house, I got my mansion, I got my 15 cars and I got this and this and that. I had one guy come to me the other day and say, see this? I want this to die with me. I want to take this with me when I die. All right. He had two, and they were medals of honor and stuff like that. They say, I want this with me when I die. And I said, okay, well, if that's how you feel, but technically speaking, it's not going to be with you when you die. You know what I'm saying? When you die, you're just simply going to
die. You're just going to die. You're technically just restart life or something.
Clearly. Yeah. Clear slower.
You're technically, if you're dying, you're just dying. It's not going to come with you.
Exactly. But this gentleman showed me his awards. He said, see, and that's interesting.
But maybe you could be remembering that thing in your past life.
Yeah, and he still had not evolved to that level of letting go. So it may be in every lifetime that he become, because believe it or not, I don't want to expose too many people, but psychologically speaking, because I too studied psychology for so many years, and I became a Psych 301 until they, really wanted to harm me in a vicious way. And that was weird because of whatever formalities they had. But nevertheless, my thing is the fact that, having that said, a lot of people who have, believe it or not, been sexually abused, right? They go into this deep thing of Olympics. I'm not speculating all, because I know, I don't want to push back on that, because I'm just talking about the major few, okay? Because it's a major group of people that have this thing in them where they use that inadvertently to evolve and surpass the levels of pain that they have so far locked away, in their deep psyche. And it comes out into an evolution of a highly evolved physical person on the outside, whether it's, running, lifting weights, or anything like that. Whatever it is, those are the most people that honestly I send light and love to as well, but they are the ones who have been really, really, sexually abused in this lifetime. This ain't even talking about the past life. I want to answer your question though, but you went to another topic as well. So I just wanted to point that out. So when you see people, really, reaching, it's because they really have something to reach for. And it's not so much as the physical, it's more so as the spiritual. A lot of people are trying to outrun that pain or outlift that pain. That's why you see, 1,000 pounds, there's a lot of that, taking place. Those who are not just simply born competitive, not those people, because you have a select few. But however, the massive majority has a history of real deep, sexual molestation in their childhood. Okay, so now I'm going to answer the main question. What I wanted to share with you, and I'm glad you came to, Divine Love. Okay, I'm glad you came to my show to speak about this, because this is something, believe it or not, I speak about all the time, because I also unfortunately remember 3 of my past lifetimes, right? I was dating a guy who killed me in my past life, right? However, when that volume clicked in my soul of who he was, it was very interesting, because we had, not yet reached the turning point in our relationship. Everything was at its all-time high. All the euphoria feelings and stuff like that. However, it clicked right away. And it was like, bam, this man killed me. He killed me and my son. I only had one son in my past life. And I could see it was, it was really painful. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, it was in
it. Just like you have one son now.
Clearly, loud. Clearly. I'm sorry.
Like you have one son now.
Oh, yeah, I know. Only one son. Yeah, my only son. And it was meant for me to have him. You don't understand. And I was going to tell you that, but that was, between. But it was meant for me to have a son in this lifetime. Only one because of that. Because as I was dying, I do remember it so freaking clear. Me looking at my son's eyes, because I'm like, he killed my son first. And I was lying there with my son, and I'll never forget it with all my heart and soul. And it was like, it looked to be like the 1800s or something like that in that time. And it was under administration to kill, right? And I just remember looking at my son and, me looking in his eyes and letting him know that we were going to be together again, And it's crazy because until I met this past life energy person, the 1 and 1 didn't equal 2 in my life. It was just like I had to have a male me in this lifetime. I didn't know what that was for until I met this gentleman. Who's also, is my ex now, of course, in my past. He's my past in my past, you know what I mean? However, he was there to awaken that part of me, you know what I mean? To be reminded, because I do know when he killed me under that administration and my son, it was a massive killing thing. And what's so strange about this man, if you look in his past, like if you look up his last name in his past, he was a part of administration that killed people. And that was crazy. So I did all my research, and I go deeper than deep. You guys, I'm a Virgo, so I kind of go a little deep. However, I just want to say having that realization, having met face to face with my past life killer and looking into his eyes, because I saw his eyes in the past. He did not want to kill me. You could see, like, if you read people's eyes, I could read so far into his soul. He did not want to kill me, or my son. He was looking down at me as if, it was like, God, I wish I would have, had the opportunity to meet this woman or be with this woman or do something with this woman, right? And me dying, all I could do is look in his eyes and just feel the remorse that he was trying to send to me as I move on to the next life. So I had that experience, right? And dating this guy was definitely something. But the moral of this story is simply a lot of people do not understand or equate, what is happening in their life at this time, right? That's why they say they know not what they do. These people are who they are from the previous lifetime. That's why they constantly tell us to please let go and let God. God could be simply G-O-D, good only direction, gratitude over depression. It could be simply, it could be just that, The bottom line is, when we don't let go in this lifetime, say like we don't let go in this lifetime, right, and we still hold on to resentment, we still hold on to...
Then that same person will probably be here.
We still hold on. We still hold on to resentment. We still hold on to anguish. We still hold on to, if I could, I would have, should have. Because a lot of people like that. They like holding on to, if I could have, if I should have, no.
You shouldn't hold on to those things.
Exactly. Because guess what?
It's like holding a grudge against someone.
That's exactly. It's called resentments. And it's as innocent as it may sound in the wording for some, all right?
Words mean a lot more.
Yes, because anything you have to remember reincarnation, resentment, you can reward yourself in such a way if you reject it. However, it can reincarnate into a next lifetime, right? So this is what Divine Spirit has shown me over my time living here on earth. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of people eventually, I don't care if it's your best friend. Your best friend may even be your past life enemy. And you guys just click. Yeah. Yup. And oh my God, we're so much alike. Yeah. Woo. And all the time, one of you guys in your past life was saying, if I could just get this person one more time, I'm going to get him. I don't care if it's in the next life. I'm going to say, if it take me 10 lifetimes to get this person. People sit around like that and think like that. If you don't let go of that anger, disappointment, greed, lust, whatever it is, whatever low vibration energy it is, you are doomed to repeat it in this lifetime. So what that results into is a lifetime of if I coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know?
It's basically life just repeating itself over and over and over again, but just with different
lives. with different suits, because these are actually suits we wear. We wear this we change because our soul destination is the same. That's why we have to reach the destination. But how are you going to reach the destination if you keep doing the same thing, expecting the different result? That's why they say, you know not what they do. They constantly continue to do. I have been on my spiritual journey since actually 1987. And this journey has been very blessed and triumphant. Not saying that, I haven't had any bumps or bruises or severe scars and life moments, where they're life scars. Because, some scars on your body, they can be removed. And some scars are just life. Same thing as your soul as well. You have these things that, sometimes, are trying to be a part of that evolution. However, we have to work harder, dig deeper, tap into what's good. Like, it's the same thing as when you see. I'm glad I had a chance to experience these things in life. If I was a male, I wouldn't be able to explain this part of it. However, being a female species, I was able to carry a child, right? Or carry children. And so what I'm trying to say is carrying that child or, just being pregnant, I let everyone that I possibly come across to not hold that negative energy, because, people going to come around you. They're going to be very mean. I've been in bus stations where a woman just bumped right into you and hit your whole belly,
Or people walking on the street and they don't even move, or you have to move.
No, I'm talking about they come charge full force to hit you, boom, right hit your belly. And it really hurt. It's like I've had experiences like that where you cannot hold on to anything negative about it. I've had, other experiences as well. Not so good relationships or whatever like that. Even while you're pregnant, they're misusing and they're, things of that nature. So you have to really incorporate this energy of, where's my happy place? I'm going to my happy place right now. You cannot take my happy place away from me. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the Most High gives it to me. That's why, I always tell people, if you can, don't get into that thing where you think you're selling your soul or you decide to sell your soul, because your soul is the only power that you have here on earth to keep you connected to a higher power in the spiritual realm. It is very valid that we stay in that happy place.
I have a question.
in that happy place, you can find peace and let go of what, all right? So that is important. That was my whole thing. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
If people get reincarnated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, there are ghosts, little spirits and stuff. Do you think some people's souls, like, let's say if, someone was a spirit, they're still roaming around as just as a ghost?
No, I had to share.
Do you think the souls, just get, not trapped somewhere, but they, how do I explain it? Do you think the souls just get, like, do you think the souls just get trapped somewhere? Where they can still roam around, but, they're a little stuck trying to, reincarnate.
No, I understand. A lot of people can get stuck. You can get stuck here on earth. You can get stuck here on earth. You can get stuck in the spiritual realm. You can get stuck, yeah, you can get stuck, if you allow yourself to get stuck. That's why I was sharing this very powerful tool.
And when they go away, they're not stuck anymore, reincarnating.
Mm-hmm. However, that's why I was sharing this positive tool. If you have that good energy, it takes you further than that low vibe energy. See, that if you're stuck somewhere, that means you're in low vibration. You're unable to evolve and expand and spiritually grow, right? However, this ghost word people be throwing around a lot, and I thought I said that on one of my videos. There's actually no such thing as ghosts. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as ghosts, and people don't get that. You have people who travel different light years away. People can be interstellar. You have extra, what they're trying to call extraterrestrial beings that can actually be right here with you in the invisible. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes when things travel, interstellar or something like that, they may come. You may see a glimpse of something. You can see it in the sky. You can see it in your presence. You may see something. You be like, "What is that?"
Or maybe
they actually don't mean to do that. You know what I'm saying? They actually are traveling. Some people are just traveling, and they actually somehow get caught in one dimension that they don't want to be in. But it's just a partial of them. It's not the full them. We are spiritually beings. We are always spiritually traveling, even when we are asleep. All right? Yeah. So that's why you have to be careful who you're hurting, because you don't know who you're hurting. Our spirit can be in a lot of places. Okay? You be trying to hurt me in the physical, right?
Yeah.
And spiritually, I'm your mom. I mean, we have that capability, all right? And then you be like, why my mom ain't talking to me? Or why man, that really hurts. Ooh, oh, my dad, woo, woo. Or I be, someone else. But the bottom line is, yeah, we have that. Some people are multidimensional spiritual beings. And you cannot take for granted who we are and whose we are. You know what I'm saying? So spiritual travel is real, all right? So that's why you got to be careful, who you're hurting. They say some people have tapped into it. Some people can, you know what I'm saying? And I see some rappers have tapped into something. He'd be like, I heard this rapper say, you diss me, you diss yourself, because that's real. When you're dissing me, you're dissing yourself. You don't know what spirit is where. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And let go of this low vibe energy information that you have acquired in this 3D realm, because it does not hold, of spiritual evolution value. It does not hold that value. So it's time to let go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let God, which is G-O-D, good holy direction, take the wheel. So you guys can, evolve the way we're supposed to, because we're supposed to spiritually evolve. I hope I did that in timely fashion. Did I answer your question in any way?
Yeah. did.
Good. That's why you see a lot of these relationships ends up as divorce, because a lot of people married their past life killer, even killer. Yeah, it's deeper than enemy. They could marry their past life killer and don't have a clue. And some of the people be like those people who are serial killers, like they want to kill you again. You're like, ooh, that's good. I want to do it again. Let me come back and do it again. And you don't realize you done tapped into some unfortunate. But y'all looking at each other because y'all... And see, what I was telling you is that person can be like, ooh, I want to kill again because that felt so good. Ooh, I want to kill that same person again because nothing made me feel as good as killing that person. And then you're saying in that past lifetime, I won't ever deal with that person again. I won't ever deal with anybody who reminds me of that person. I know what to look for. If somebody gives me this, I'll know that's a sign, and I would never. And you're carrying that all the way into your next lifetime because you held on to that thought and that perception of that low vibe energy, right? And that person held on to their perception of that low vibe energy. Well, guess who meets up in the next lifetime?
You and your enemy or torturer.
Yes. And next thing you know, dum 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 dum, dum 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 dum. Okay. I now pronounce you man and wife. And I would say what? 7 to 3 years later, maybe 10 years later. Oh, on the news, man killed wife and kids. Man kills whole family. Woman kills, women kills husband and kills babies. Women kill all 7 babies. You know what I'm saying? It's we must, journey on in a spiritual way to evolve. Because it's not about exactly, it's not about holding on to negativity. It's not about that. It's about holding on to what's positive. So we can spiritually live in the next life, And that's why forgiveness is a powerful tool in this life. We must forgive. I always stress that. Forgiveness is a way to live, okay? That has a prefix of for. Things happen for us in this lifetime to forgive. All right, I can't give anything back to anyone unless I'm able to first prefix forgive, right? Why? Because things happen for us, not to us. All right? It's so valid that we pay attention to that, And the reason we do forgive is because people can change. People always wonder, I'm not going to forget. Why should I forget? Well, that person could be the very person that's around to dial 911 for you. Or don't be surprised if that person is the person standing above you trying to save your life because they didn't spend their time in college and really work really hard to get their doctrine and learn how to be a doctor just to save lives because they reached a turning point in their life where they had a spiritual awakening, and now they're able to give back. And you're looking at your very enemy that you held on to over top of you to save your life. What you going to say? No, stop the surgery. I don't want the surgery because this is my enemy. Oh, I don't think so. Is that what you think you're going to say? Some of you guys will. Some people will say no.
They're just going to look at you crazy.
Yeah, they're going to be like, no, because when I was in 7th grade,
no one's going to believe that.
Well, like you said, some people won't think you really flat out losing your mind, and they're gonna honor your request. But guess what? The next doctor may not do so well. They didn't call the expert because this person worked extra hard on themselves because they really recognize their spiritual awakening. So the reason we do forgive is because people can change. The same person that cut you out and cut you off on that journey, having that road rage.